Dick Van Dyke Show. Starring Dick Van Dyke, Rosemary, Maury Amsterdam, Larry Matthews, and Mary Tyler Moore.
Hello, Dick Van Dyke Show friends. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is KJ Ricardo, and today's episode is a guest star spotlight. I like to do guest star spotlights every now and then on guest stars who appeared frequently on the show. We're looking at Amzie Strickland. So she appeared 7 times on the Dick Van Dyke Show, and she's a very recognizable face. Sometimes in the background, she's usually there in a scene, but she's very memorable. And so we're going to look into her biography and learn more about the actress and her career. So she was born on January 10th, 1919 in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and she passed away on July 5th, 2006. Like many other actors, she began her performance career in the radio industry. She appeared in a variety of radio shows until television began to emerge, and that's when she would really start her career. So Amzie guest starred in over 650 television episodes of some of the most memorable TV shows, including Dragnet, Gunsmoke, as well as The Andy Griffith Show. She's very memorable there. I Love Lucy in the fashion show episode, Make Room for Daddy, The Twilight Zone, as well as My Three Sons, Leave It to Beaver, as well as Happy Days, Bonanza, The Golden Girls, and she was also on The Facts of Life, and Three's Company, and many others. And so she was a frequent guest star on a lot of television shows, and this includes the Dick Van Dyke Show. She appeared 7 times, and many of her roles are very memorable. And so we're going to look into these individual episodes and see where Amzie appeared. So starting with the first episode that she appeared in, That's My Boy. This is the first episode of season 3, and she plays the nurse at the hospital. This episode takes place the day when Richie was born, and mass chaos ensues with Rob, and it's just a very hilarious episode, and she's the nurse in this episode, and it's very memorable. The next episode is The Masterpiece. This is also in season 3, and it takes place at an auction at the very beginning. The writers are attending an auction to get some ideas for the Alan Brady show, but Laura has her eye on this very unusual piece. They don't even know what it is. They keep calling it, it's a thing. But Amzie Strickland is guest starring in this episode, and she also wants the items. So it results in a bidding war between Laura and Amzie. It's great.
I got it! This is the thing we're looking for Alan to do in the sketch.
Yeah.
No, it's mine.
Honey, we're not going to bid against you. You go ahead and buy it, and we'll just borrow it from you.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you'll be kind enough to take your seats, the sale is about to start.
John, look. Here's the thing I was telling you about.
Hey, that's a great-looking thing. Let's bid on it.
All right. Oh,
Take your seats, folks. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, pardon me.
Yeah, that'll look real good.
Just sit down.
You don't see what they're going to pick on me.
Sit down and relax.
$1.
$1? You want to buy it or rent it?
$2?
No, I'm only kidding, young lady. I'll take your bid. I have $1. Do I hear more?
$5.
Five. I have 5. Thank you.
6.
6. I have 6. 6. Who'll say 10? 10. Thank you. I have 10. 10. 11. We'll make it 15.
15.
15. Thank you. I have 15.
16.
16. Oh, I'll get that dollar from you yet, young lady. I have 16. We'll make it 20. 20. I have 20. Thank you. 21.
22.
No, I'm only asking you. I have 21. Who'll make it 25. 25. Thank you. I have 25. 26.
Rob?
Nope.
I have 25. 25 once. Twice. Third and last call. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. Any more? 30. I have 30. 30 once. 30. Are you buying this for the pretty dollar, lady?
Yeah.
Sold.
Oh, Rob, thank you.
That's $30 as long as we got the thing.
The next episode is Who and Where Was Antonio Stradivaris? In this episode, Rob is at a party. He's very confused. He doesn't know how he ends up at this party, but he's there and it's very hilarious. But at the same time, Laura's relatives were visiting and Rob was supposed to be there to spend time with the relatives, and Amzie guest stars in this episode, and it's a fairly nice scene that she's in. The next episode is The Return of Edwin Karp. Now, a lot of people have mixed reviews about this episode. Some people say it's okay, while other people don't really care for it that well. But the writers want to have Edwin Karp appear on the Alan Brady show. He was an old radio star, and they really have to convince him to be on the show. But Amzie, she plays his wife in one scene. The next episode is The Case of the Pillow. In this episode, Rob and Laura are at court. Well, it's really just Rob. He's taking over the case. But they're in court over the situation where they bought a pillowcase. And it smells terribly. It's awful. And so they're suing the salesman who sold it to them. And Amzie is in this episode. She's kind of in the background a little bit. She plays his wife. And in a flashback, she sniffs the pillowcase and she agrees with her husband that it doesn't smell bad at all. And so she's helping her husband. The next episode is Young Man with a Shoehorn. And this is a pretty great episode. In this episode, Rob and Buddy, they buy a shoe store. And of course, they don't know what they're doing. But Amzie is in one scene. She's not in it for very long, but it's very memorable. And she is laughing at all of Buddy's jokes, and she just won't stop laughing. Her credit is actually called Laughing Woman in this episode. And it's really great.
This lady said, I'd like to see something in a loafer. I said, come in later, lady. I'll introduce you to my brother-in-law.
That pair of shoes are Laura's? I've brought them back and sold them already. I should. Oh, my God.
And the last episode that Amzie guest stars is in The Great Petrie Fortune. And again, some people have mixed reviews about this episode, but Rob's great uncle passed away. And so all the relatives are getting together to see who gets what in the will. And so Rob is there, and Amzie guest stars in this episode as the man's maid. And so she was the housekeeper. And so she thinks she's going to get a lot of stuff because she was there with the guy. And it's a really nice scene featuring her. While Amzie was a television guest star, she also appeared in over 24 films during her career. She was very memorable. You could always identify her face. And so she appeared in movies like Pretty Woman and many others. But television was where she belonged. She made TV movies, she appeared in television commercials, but television was her place. She appeared in 650 television episodes. She's best remembered as a guest star, and she could play whatever role was needed. She was great. Looking into her personal life a little bit, in 1946, Amzie married fellow radio and TV actor Frank Behrens. Like his wife, he was also a guest star in many movies and TV shows. He played small roles, and he was known that he could imitate any voice. Any voice you needed, he could do it. They were married until his death in 1986, and they had one son, comedian Tim Behrens. Amzie worked in Hollywood until 2001 when she was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease, and then she removed herself from Hollywood and she passed away on July 5th, 2006 in Spokane, Washington. She was 87 years old. But she's remembered today as a recognizable guest star. Like I said, she was in over 650 television episodes. She has so many credits to her name. She witnessed the transition from radio to television and the invention of the color TV and more. She was a part of history, and she'll forever be a part of television. And so I hope you enjoyed this look at Amzie and how many times she appeared on the Dick Van Dyke Show. I hope you enjoyed this guest star spotlight. Let me know what you learned in this video, and I'll be happy to read that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time with another video. And remember to always laugh often.